What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It is me, back at it again. Okay, I've never made a video like this, so this is our first time. Welcome to my setup here. If you haven't seen on my profile, I got accepted to work in the Disney College program starting January 22nd of 2019, so a couple months down the road. But I wanted to share, I did a lot of research whenever I was trying to get into the college program, and I'd like to pass some of that research that I had off to you. But a disclaimer, a big disclaimer, somewhere, big, bold disclaimer. Nothing that I say is 100% accurate. It is just what it's secrets. There are secrets that I do not know about the college program, that only the recruiters really know how it works. Nobody really knows exactly how it works. But these are the tips that I used that got me through in the spring 2019 program within 15 minutes of applying. So with that, let's get started. So everyone has their own method of what day they want to apply. Some people apply first day. Some people think, oh no, I don't want to apply first day, it's going to be too crowded. Some people want to apply the last day. Like, everybody's got like their own method. But in my personal opinion, the first day would always be the best day to apply, regardless of Disney College program or otherwise, because statistically speaking, if there's only, let's say, 1,000 jobs, all 1,000 of those jobs are going to be available the first day, versus when you wait a week and then the first wave of acceptances come through, then 200 or 300 of those jobs are gone, and then another week 200 or 300 of those are gone. So you're going to have people getting in, and your chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. Now, the argument against applying first day is that it gets too crowded and that too many people apply on the first day, so or less people get pushed through, and a lot of people get stuck and applied on that first day. But in my opinion, you should just go for it. I mean, your application will stand out. It'll be amazing. It's going to stand out, and it's going to push you through the next wave. Off of that, you're going to want to start on beforehand, way before you start applying. You want to go ahead and get your resume down, get it looked at by a couple people, and get all that kind of stuff sorted. So I'm going to read off a couple of things that I put down for my application, and I'm going to break it down for you guys on how each word that I put in there was specifically planned to help me out get an advantage over others. So let me read one. I worked at Staples for about 4 months this year. It was pretty much the entire summer. It was just a summer job. But listen to how I wrote my responsibilities. Okay, responsibilities. Creating custom marketing materials in-house for a wide variety of guests, while also efficiently using my time to create online orders while giving in-person guests high energy and helpful assistance. Now, that was a lot of buzzwords, but let me break that down for you. Okay, so right off the bat, it starts off with creating. You want to use an action word right in that beginning. From what I've read, some magic happens when you use those action words right in the beginning instead of saying I created or used to do XYZ. You use an action word in the beginning because who knows? I don't know why it works, but everybody I've talked to that used those have been pushed through. So try it. There are a lot of words in there that I use. For example, guest, high energy, helpful, in-house. Like, I used words. I picked and chose words from the job descriptions that I wanted for the program, and then I put them in almost ad-lib style into my job description, so that way it would fit in with what Disney's looking for. Because they're helpful hint here, the recruiters aren't the ones looking at the applications originally. It's a robot. It's a bot. You can't imagine that they're going to look at 40,000 applications a semester and individually pick and choose through them and then push people through that way. They've got a system, and that system is picking up on these words as we understand it. Again, big disclaimer somewhere around here that it is not, that none of this is 100% true, or I know this 100% true. This is just things that I have read and that seem to be true. You want to play to that robot that is looking at your application the best way you can. You don't want a million pages on your resume. You heard mine. It was 3 sentences. 3 sentences. You don't want less than that, but you don't want a whole lot more than that because it will overload the bot. More people I've heard that use a giant block of text of a paragraph of what they did or a ton of bullet points on what they did, they seem to get stuck in applied more often. And it's not because they weren't qualified, it's just that maybe they overloaded the bot. The bot just wasn't ready for that much information about them. And for whatever reason, that just seems to get people pushed through. Is when it's around that 3 to 4 line mark, you'll see whenever you go onto your dashboard, you can actually put all this information in early. You can put it all into your profile, and then right when you apply, it's already in there. You don't even have to worry about it. Whenever you get down to skills, there's a big debate on if you do bullets or if you do just writing out. I personally did writing out a paragraph, like a mini paragraph on my responsibilities, but when it got to skills, I put bullet points. Now I want to share with you the bullet points I put for staples again. The skills I put down were handling challenging guest situations, proficient at working individually, and going above and beyond for guest satisfaction. Now, each one of those is in some form of a job description for one of the jobs that I wanted on the college program, specifically children's activities and attractions, and I actually did get attraction. I didn't know personally, I couldn't pick out which one was more effective to get you in on if you should use a bullet point form or if you should use paragraph form, so I did both, and maybe that'll help you too, because I couldn't choose. Now, there's also a big debate. You're not required at all to put in your resume or your cover letter, but it's an option. It's an option to put those in. And some people are under the assumption that you don't need to do those at all, and it's 100%, you do not need to put them in. They have said that on Twitter. The recruiters have said that on Twitter, confirmed that you do not need to put them in. But they never said if it helps you or not. So I didn't do it personally. So if you're under that if you fall into that camp where you like to check off every box and make sure that 100% you've done everything you could, by all means, go for it. It's not, I've never heard of it hurting you. So go for it. Go for it. Roles. Let's talk about roles. Roles are important. What roles you put in are very important. It is a big debate on the Facebook groups. It's better to put that you have a high interest in a lot of things or a high interest in just a couple things. Because how it works, if you're new to how the program role system works, is you get to pick what roles you're okay with working. These roles are high interest, moderate, and low, and then no interest. If you put interest in anything, even low interest, it's still going to count as interest. If you really don't want to work custodial, and you put low interest, and you have a chance of getting custodial if you put it at low interest. So if you really, really hate the idea of cleaning up a code V, maybe no interest. I'm going to read you guys off what I put down, because I kind of fell into the camp that maybe they're looking for people that have an idea of what they want, as opposed to somebody that's okay with just getting into anything, because while there's nothing wrong with just wanting to get in, I totally understand. I wanted to get in the first try, and I did. But it's important to, I think that they want somebody that has a direction, like somebody that's not gonna go there, just get any job, realize that they hate the job they got, and then quit. So I'm gonna give you guys my top roles. My top 3 roles were children's activities, character attendant, and attractions. Now, children's activities this year only had like 10 slots, so it was very slim that I was going to get in there, but that was one of the roles I really wanted. And character attendant's always a very limited role. But I got attractions, which was my top role, and I did stress that in my phone interview, which we will do a future video on. We're going to do a 3-part series here of the interview, the web-based interview, and the application. So we're going to go through each one, but I will get to that on a different day. And then my moderate interests were recreation attractions, convention guide, costuming operations, merchandise, monorail, photo pass, cedar, watercraft, bell service, and lifeguard. That was everything that I could live with if I got down there, and I would not hate myself for it. Now, if you can't stand the idea of working watercraft, if you get sick on boats, but you put it down anyway, and you get it, and you get down there, you're gonna term. You're just gonna do it. There's no point in putting something down if you're not gonna be okay with doing it in the future. If you can't see yourself enjoying it, don't put it down. It's not gonna kill you. It didn't kill me. It won't kill you. If you even speak conversationally, or just very remedially any language at all, like Spanish, or sign language, French, German, anything. Anything at all, put it down. Just put it down in the job description, in skills. Find a skill that fits into. Like, let's say you worked at a supermarket, and you could put that down, that you speak conversational Spanish. That you can very remedially say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias y usted. If you can hit those conversational notes, you can put that in your application, and then, I mean, it does not hurt you, and it's one of those words that might get you through as opposed to it not. Just mention it. You probably won't even go take the test, but mention it. Just mention it. You want to stand out from the crowd. There's 40,000 people applying each semester, and they only take the 10%. You have to find some way to stand out. That's my overarching message here. Walt Disney pixie dust here. Stand out. Find a way to stand out. Take a CPR class. If you want to be a lifeguard, go take a lifeguard course. Find something to help you stand out for your role. And there's 1.5 million ways to do that. I hope that this video might have helped somebody out there. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a documentary series on my time at the parks as a college program student. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe. Part 2s and Part 3 will come out sometime. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.